Hi, I'm Chris Steyerwalt, and it's time for Power Play. Yay. Hi, Internet. And here's a question for you. Do you have any regrets from the previous decade? Anything you did wrong you'd like to have back, perhaps? Well, for Democrats, increasingly the answer is Obamacare. Not that they don't think, by and large, that it's a good idea to have a universal health insurance mandate for the federal government, but that they did it wrong. And this sort of Monday morning quarterbacking, we've heard not only from Charles Schumer, but now from Senator Tom Harkin, soon to be former senator from Iowa, Tom Harkin. They are coming from different points of view, but the point of view that they did it wrong has become a big discussion in Washington. So if you want to know what the big discussion in Washington is, you should talk to smart people that you know. Include David Drucker. He is a senior correspondent for the Washington Examiner. Quite so. Charles Hurt is a columnist for the Washington Times and a person of huge import in Washington, generally speaking. So here is the question, gentlemen. And I want to start with you, Charles. Here's the thing. For Democrats, the path to 2016 includes a lot of Obamacare in it and around it as they go forward, dealing with a law that has been persistently unpopular. It stayed within a pretty narrow partisan bandwidth, but has been persistently unpopular. Is this part of a new way to address the law, or is this really just sour grapes?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, obviously, the Obamacare had a fair amount to do with their losses this last time. They have to sort of rewrite history in order to sort of explain all that away. But I love how they are now trying to come to some terms with all of this. When, of course, they made the very conscious decision, all of them, Tom Harkin, Chuck Schumer, Barack Obama, Harry Reid, all of them, back at the beginning of Obama's term, when they ran all the tables around here. They could have done anything they wanted to. They could have done tax reforms. They could have done any liberal, crazy stuff they wanted to do. Immigration. Exactly. They could have done amnesty, which now is the most important thing in the world. And instead, they just did. They decided to go with Obamacare. And now that it's blowing up in their faces, to hear them rewrite all this stuff, this is why people don't like politicians.
You know how the Senate works, and you have gotten to cover a remarkable Senate leadership in Harry Reid, fast approaching its end in Harry Reid. He broke all the rules. He did all the stuff you weren't supposed to do. He peed in the pool. He said, no, we're going nuclear. We're doing whatever we can do. We're doing whatever we want to do. At the beginning, though, as we think back, Democrats, to Charlie's point, had an incredible position of authority, and it was not unreasonable for Harry Reid at the beginning to say, let's go for broke, right? Let's go for it, because after we get done with Obamacare, we're going to do the following 30 things.
How often do you have a filibuster-proof majority? And I think Democrats looked at what they thought was a mandate coming out of the Bush years.
Right. For health insurance?
2 wave elections in a row. And they thought, and I will say this, and let's use Chuck Schumer. Mm-hmm. Since he finally told us what he's known all along.
Right.
Chuck Schumer, 6 years ago, really felt that the election of Barack Obama and the manner in which it happened signaled an end to the Reagan Revolution in terms of Americans are now embracing big government again, an activist government. Even though the president kept saying it's about smart government, not big or small, Democrats really felt they like us again.
It was time.
We can do what we want because people have realized that less government fails them in times of crisis, so let's go big because they're going to like it. And even though they knew all along that the politics were horrible in the short term, they really did believe that eventually people were going to like this thing. And, to take off from, to use Nancy Pelosi's famous quote as a takeoff here, they just have to, we have to read the bill to know what's in it. We just have to experience the bill to realize how much we like it.
To know it's that much better. All right, quickly, Charles, the question of Hillary Clinton and Obamacare. I have argued, so please feel free to tell me how wrong I am, that part of the advantage of what Schumer and others are doing is moving the P on where it's how much we can criticize Obamacare, that will allow Hillary Clinton to occupy a new space. That by Schumer coming out and attacking the passage of the law and everything, he has, as Harry Reid used to do for Barack Obama on things like Mitt Romney's taxes and other stuff, that Schumer has created new space for Hillary Clinton to talk about the law in a different way.
Or more importantly than that, not just Hillary Clinton, but any Democratic nominee, and more to the point, also...
In case it's Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're going to get to this. But also for all Democratic candidates, it sort of opens the floodgates, and I think that we're going to see a pretty interesting 2 years.
Do you agree?
I do, but you know, the other big name that's running so far is Jim Webb, and there was no greater Obamacare supporter in the Senate, if you look at his votes, than Jim Webb, who we think could run, you know, to a different position than Hillary Clinton.
Born fighting. Gentlemen, we thank you for your sagacious and perspicacious insights, for that matter. We thank you, gentlemen. And you, Internet, we thank you for stopping by. We hope you had fun and that you'll check out another installment of Power Play real soon.